Well, I don't know about you guys, but if you ever worked on an old car before, you know that there's a very good chance that something that's been sitting for 40 years, you're going to have to do everything to it. And in this particular case, it is no different from me, because Farrah needs a heater core. So that is the absolute last thing I wanted to do, was put a heater core in this car. Now, in my mind, I'm thinking, all right, it's a vintage car. Like a lot of vintage cars, you should be able to just get the heater core right out. You know, usually on most older cars that I've worked on, there's an access door for the heater core. So that would be pretty cool, huh? Well, after consulting the factory Dodge repair manual, I just find out that no, that is not the case with the Polara. You've got to remove the entire box out. So if you've never seen what this looks like, I got the box out today. And there's where it sits, right there. So it wasn't a whole lot of drama to remove it. It's just, you know, everything's fragile and delicate, and you've got to be very, very careful not to damage anything. So I've never seen what the inside of an airbox looks like for a Dodge Polara, but now that I've got it out on the bench and it's an absolutely beautiful sunny day here in Pennsylvania, I thought I'd show it to you, show you what it looks like. And it's not very big. These hoses are disintegrated, so I'm gonna have to replace these. So that's gonna have to happen. But over here, this is different than a usual heater core setup that I'm used to seeing. This actually has a water valve. I think that maybe it might be thermostatically controlled, but this comes off here, and then the heater core is right here, so it's got an O-ring in there. Now this thing was leaking inside the dash, so I don't know where it's leaking, but that's all that holds it in. 3 studs hold it in, and then there's the other side of the heater core, and it looks like it's standing upright like this, so I'm assuming I'm gonna have to take all these screws out, clean all this mouse and dirt stuff off here, and then we'll have a look inside. But that's it. So anyway, you know, to me it's just another thing I got to do to it. Since I've literally almost done everything, I've taken almost everything apart on this car except pulling the engine and transmission out, so I'm not going to jinx that, but there it is. So it gives me an opportunity to take it out and clean it and replace the heater core, because you know what, who wants, you know, antifreeze leaking all over your shoes, you know, your new carpet. And here's the blower motor. Look at this bullet thing. Look at the size of this thing. Looks like a turbine for a jet engine. Look at the size of this thing. Man, does that thing move air. Pretty impressive. Look at that thing. It's like a vacuum cleaner. So I'm going to clean this up real good, blow the dirt out of it. So all the HVAC, all the, you know, all this stuff will be all cleaned out, and, you know, it won't be dust and mice crap blowing in your face and dirt and whatever. You don't breathe this shit in. It'll actually give you a lung infection. So, well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to blow this thing off real good and take it apart. Then I'll show you guys what it looks like inside. See you in a few seconds. And voila. Voila. Simple as apple pie on a sundae. There it is. Whole bunch of screws. Look at all that mess in there. There's the heater core. Son of a gun, huh? There's the, right here, is for the fan speed control, right here. These little coils. Clean all this dirt out of here. Look at all this. I don't know where it's leaking at, but I know it's dripping out. Probably right here. Well, it's probably dripping right in here because there's an O-ring in here. What do you want to bet? And heater core is probably okay. These are expensive, and there's very few people. There's only one guy I could find that sells these in California. Shit, you know? Bet you that's where it's leaking. Look at all the crust right there. What do you want to bet? Probably nothing wrong with it. I'll tell you, I'll take it apart and pressure test it, and if it's okay, I'll keep it as a spare, but I got a new one coming. They're expensive, like $180 shipped. And it's specific to this car. There isn't any other ones that match. Like, there's no, like, universal where they fit multiple vehicles. Not this. I'm looking at this. I'm seeing a little bit of corrosion here, too. Kind of worried about this stuff right here. Hopefully it's not going to cause me a lot of problems. But there it is. So I'll get this thing blown out. Next time I see you, I'll show you what's going on with this. It's kind of scary. Pretty scary. I don't know what to do about all this insulation in here. Probably just leave it, I guess. I don't know. Who knows what we're going to find in here. I didn't find a build sheet. I wish I did. I thought maybe just out of the luck of the Polara gods would give me a build sheet behind the heater core box, but I've damn near, except for the headliner, I've taken everything apart and I couldn't find it. I think the guy that had it before, the guy I bought it from, took it out. Or the guy that I bought it from has it. I don't know. Let's blow this thing out and take it apart and see what it looks like. See you again in a few minutes. Alright, well, after looking at this heater core, it doesn't look like there's really anything wrong with it. But what I do see right here, I had a feeling about this, that this O-ring was going to leak, and it looks like it probably was. So the only thing wrong with it was it needed an O-ring replaced, and put it back together would have been fine. But here's the thing, it's it's inside you can't see. And after, it's a 64 heater core, there's a very good possibility it probably could potentially spring a leak in the future, and I don't want to do this again. So I noticed some rust here, but there's enough metal to reattach it, so I'm going to have to check that water valve and make sure that that is not leaking, because I don't want to deal with that. But after getting the box apart and cleaning it out, everything's looking pretty good. It's old. This was seized up. I don't know what that door does. There's another big door under here. There's a diaphragm that controls this flap. You can see that one moving. And then there's one here. This one was all seized up, but it now moves very nicely. I'm curious to know what this one actually does. Looks like it closes off the heater or lets the fresh air blow in straight at you. I'm not sure, but I can hear the actuators hissing, so I don't think the diaphragms are bad. So that's nice. So the heater core is definitely not fitting in my mailbox, because I saw the postman go by today, and of course it's not here. So everything's cleaned up and ready to go back in, and then we'll have a heater core and everything will be gold. I repaired the radiator after it leaked again right down the bottom inlet, so hopefully that's gonna not be a problem for us. We'll see. Everything else looks okay. And this is going to be on its tires really soon. It's pretty much just waiting for the heater core to show up, and then we're good to go. So I'll see you guys very shortly when well, whoever knows that's going to be, like a couple minutes or a couple days. Put this heater core back in and we'll take the next step. So thanks for stopping by and seeing me, and I'll catch you guys later.
Hey guys, do you like what you see? You do? Fantastic. Can you do me a favor? Hit that subscribe button there for me. It would help me out a lot. Thank you.